What's up, YouTube? Here we go again. Short update. Haven't done much because I've been busy at work. You know, holidays, whatever. In the military, everything comes up after the holidays. Like, they just dump everything. It is what it is. But little by little, I've been doing things. Remember, last update is that I cleaned up the garage. Trash came in today. I forgot to get all those cardboard boxes out. But whatever, old trash is out. Anyways, so here's the update that I got. All right, let me flip this camera real quick. Boom. All right, so what we see here is a battery mounted temporarily of where it's going to be. It's going to be let me see if I got a flashlight here. There we go. Boom. Battery mounted where it's going to be at, right here. All right, it's nice and solid. Right now it's loose, so that's why it moves, but the actual mount in the floor, it's solid. It ain't going nowhere. All right, so another thing, in the actual battery mount, I have my relay, my 4-point relay. Well, it's a 5, but I'm obviously using only 4. My breaker switch right here, that is gonna come from the positive to the breaker, from the breaker to all of the accessories. And this is what I came up with. Let me see if I can get it out. Disconnect it real quick. Boom. I made the harness to be technically plug and play, but not necessarily plug and play, but at least a single piece that I'm gonna be able to remove up and down, in and out, whatever, if I have to move stuff around. Boom. So here's what we got. All right, connector for the relay right there. From here we go to the battery, directly to the battery. My 2 grounds, one for the relay itself and the other ground for the fuel pump directly. So I'm gonna share the same ground points for both. That'll be all right. But yeah, battery, grounds, and then I got these 3 wires coming out from the main harness. I'm gonna call it the main harness, but the main loop coming up all the way down. Let me hang this. Oh no, I think I just scratched the car. Anyways, so it goes all the way down to this side where I'm gonna have the ground that I just showed you right now and the main positive for the fuel pump that are going to be plugged in right here with a douche connector that I ordered, still waiting for it. It should be able to support the 10 gauge wire that I'm using for the pump. Should be able to connect it here and here. So I'm waiting for that. And a single douche connector, which I don't have. I thought I had some, but I didn't have it, so I could match this one. So this one is for my fuel sending unit. I'll show you here in a few. And this too will be going from the actual, oh, what is this? Oh yeah, I put it in there. This will be going from the fuel level sending unit to the actual main harness that is going over there, together with the yellow, which the yellow will be my signal wire from the car itself. So once I turn the ignition, the signal, like if it was OEM, it will trigger the fuel relay and it will turn on the pump. I'm running one of those Walbro 450s E85 pumps that is going to supply all of the fuels that I'm going to get out from this thing. 6 AN front and back. I'm not making 1,000 horsepower, people. Don't worry about it. 6 AN is more than enough for the 350, 400 that I'm planning on this supercharger. So yeah, 6 AN, PTFE lines, front and back, and my vent right here that probably send it to the back. Now, what did I do today? So today I made some crazy stuff. I used my Harbor Freight handy dandy what is it, welding thingamajiggy there, because I am out of argon on this tank and out of argon on the tank that Dylan let me use. But whatever, I sent it. It is what it is. I used that flux core from Harbor Freight, you know, the $89, and sent it. So what did I do? I grinded a little bit the paint so I could weld over here. I made this piece out of just flat stock that I had laying around, and on the bottom side, I welded a nut, and I did a hole on the actual chassis so I could countersink the nut itself to the chassis and use this as a ground. Obviously, it's still I put some seam sealer after I welded it. It looks like crap. But hey, a ground is a ground. It's solid as hell. So I put some seam sealer in it, waited for it to dry. It's dry to the touch, but it's still a little mushy. So I could spray some paint in it, and I could clean up my interior, the whole nine yards, and make this car drivable again. Before I was using, let me get this thing out of here. Yeah, man, come on, connector. Don't fail me now. That's what I like about these douche connectors. They're legit. There we go. Here's the main harness itself. Right here. So technically that's all it's gonna be. Boom, done. And right here on the bottom, the yellow is gonna go with a single one, and it's gonna be linked in here to go out to this side as well. So this is technically complete. Just waited on those douche connectors. Now, let me get this tank out of here. Whoops. Here's the here's the carrying unit for the fuel pump. Right there. And here's my fuel level sending unit. This is a stock OEM, technically brand new. Well, not technically, it was brand new when I bought it from Honda for a CRX. All I did was drill 2 holes right there, put some Teflon spacers or thingies there so I could seal it, and I just bolted it on the bottom. One obviously is ground, as you can see there, and the other one is the signal. And this one's read, if I remember correctly, so they can read properly. I think it was like 3? No, 20 to so whatever. I'll show it here in the video. Let me see the ohms on this thing. Well, it's gonna be a pain in the butt now because I just put this douche connector here. Let me see. Let me get this thing on the tripod. How about that? Sorry about the big old mess and not being able to show you things, but whatever. I'm not a videographer, nor a mechanic, nor a wiring specialty guy. But hey, I made things happen. It is what it is. So if this tripod actually wants to work with this heavy freaking phone, we can probably do something here. Let's see. Boom, right there. So what I'm going to show you is the amperage on my EBC. Man, this thing is getting blocked. Oh yeah, it's there. It's on the screen. Place it down a little more. Right there. Man, I suck at this camera game. I gotta step up my game and acquire me a GoPro or something. Alright, so right now it's all the way down on the empty position. So I'm gonna put my leads on the leads. I think I get some alligator things here. I'm pretty sure I do. There you go. Pretty sure they have some alligator things. Or whatever gator things. Ah, interesting. Good. Where did it go? Oh well, I can't find it. So it is what it is. Let me try by hand. So, and it's sealed in the back, so it's not going to touch in the back. As you can see, it's reading 112 there because that's when it's full. 112, I believe it was. Haha! Helper! Come over here!
Oh, I was gonna tell you to come downstairs.
Yeah. We're doing it right now. I'm recording a video. So that black lever thingy, move it up, please.
This?
No, the black lever right here. This thing.
Black lever?
This thing. Hold on, I'll let you know when. Let me set this up again. Say what's up to YouTubes.
Oh, hello.
All right, so it's supposed, I can't remember exactly what it was. I believe it was like 120 or 110. Right now it's in an accurate position, so it's not reading properly. Well, I think it was 110. Move it all the way up until it touches. Man, don't bend it. There you go. So it's supposed to be 2 to 110, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it's what I read. But let it go. Boom, and it reads perfectly. So that's the idea. The fuel lever sending unit works. It is what it is. And the pump will be plugged in right here, and you saw the rest of the stuff. So I'm waiting on my foam as well. So whenever the foam comes in, I'm gonna fully send and install this thing in here.
Phone?
Yeah, you see that tank right there has foam inside?
Oh, I thought you said phone.
Foam.
Oh.
Espuma. Foam. So that works there. So whenever you fill it up with fuel and you're driving, the sludges on the fuel doesn't go around the pump itself and doesn't cavitate the fuel, meaning that it's going to be sucking fuel all the time. So this is what I was having my ground before, right here in this thingy. So in order for me to do some clearance in here, I cut more out of the car. Yep. And I'm not going to stop. I'm going to continue to cut stuff. So for this tank, what you doing? Don't cut your finger now. So for this tank, whenever I work it, I'm going to have to take that lip off. That side lip right here. I'm going to have to take that off. And a piece of this lip as well. So the tank can sit flush in the back. Obviously, I'm going to remove that little bracket later. And the tank will sit flush. So what I was planning to do is ghetto ties this thing. Yes, I did say ghetto ties. With this flat stock of galvanized iron, I'm going to make a lip that will go from here to here, holding it. And then I might do the same thing from like this right here, but over here, but without welding anything. I'm just gonna rivet this one. That way I can put one. Matter of fact, I'll probably just weld it. It is what it is. That way I can have ground on that side as well, or more support, whatever. So from here to the top to the bottom, holding it right there. Yeah, kind of worked. So where's my flashlight again? All right, so I'm gonna need your hand so you can point at things. Come on. All right, so you see that lip down there with the plastic? Point at it. There you go. So that lip, I'm gonna have to cut it. Man, can barely see anything. So I'm gonna have to cut that lip right there, so it could be nice and flush to the edges. Because as you can see, it's crooked because of that lip. So I'm gonna cut it off, trim it a little bit, so I can make it sit like that. With the flat stock that I showed you, it's gonna be from the bottom, pretty much on the bottom of the thing. Yep. Hold the flashlight, please. From the bottom, starting here somewhere. Where's my camera? Right here, going all around to this side, and then the final piece of the flat stock will go from the same ground point to that side. Should I use that? I don't know, maybe. We'll see when I get there. So I'm probably just going to replicate the same spot over here so I can make it around, hold it down on this spot. And with the round on the back, it's going to put pressure in the back. So it's not going anywhere until I figured out how I'm going to properly mount this thing. But I think that should be good. Make it nice and pretty. But that's it. I've done so far. I've been busy at work, busy at the house, and doing some more cleanup, some more stuff. So the car is technically still drivable. I gotta plug in the ECU because I was welding. I gotta plug in my coil packs because I was welding, and all I gotta do is just put the battery. That's a dead battery, by the way. That's just a mock-up battery. My real battery is right here, my good one. That'll go back. Car will run, and we should be good to go. good to go to send it. So stay tuned for more. We're gonna continue to work on this thing little by little, and I'll be updating everybody on this stuff. Good quality harness right here, homemade. I love it when I make things and they just look all right. You know, right wire or CJ's wiring. Rest in peace, bro. But it'll do the job. It'll do the job. So go back to your garages, continue to work on your stuff, and make it happen. Peace.